So what does a gummy bear lip balm taste like? We'll talk about that and more in today's video, where I'll be talking about some makeup fails as well as some latest purchases from Ulta and Sephora, and I'll also be ranking my lip sleeping masks for you guys. I hope you're subscribed for the exciting new giveaway. Details down below. Alright, let's start. So the first thing I want to look at about is the new Morphe Everyday Chic palette. I got this because of the similarity to the latest Natasha Denona palette, the retro palette, and I thought, oh, this would be like a cool expansion of that smaller palette. It actually retails for the same price as the Natasha Denona palette, but the reviews are not as glowing. A lot of people have said that it's not as pictured and there's no punch, so I wanted to try that out for myself. As you guys can see from the swatches, the very pigmented shades are at the bottom, those blackish green dark shades at the bottom, and eventually the neutral shades start becoming a little bit more patchy. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't like it, and I feel that you can still get better quality with that e.l.f. mini palette if you're looking for like some dark greens, and it's just, you know, only $3 to buy that e.l.f. palette, and those blacks in that Morphe palette are just not as good, and the browns are just not as good. If you want to go and buy that NARS palette, I know it's slightly more expensive, but I feel that you get a little bit of a nicer shift to the colors, and you get a much more creamier texture with NARS and with e.l.f. than you do with Morphe. Just Morphe palettes in general for me end up being really chalky and just not something that I personally enjoy. Now I will go on to swatching the next row, which has more like lilacs and softer browns in it. It just I just can't really get into this formula. I know that there's a few almost duochrome shades with that purple and that green, which is probably the only two redeeming qualities of the palette, or those few duochrome shades in the second to last row. But overall I feel that the quality is just very chalky and not as great as what I expected it to be. Now, just for fun, I thought I'd compare it to the Norvina palette, which I just ranked as one of my favorite palettes of 2020 so far, because it had some similar lilac tones and some similar neutral tones, and I feel that obviously if you can make the investment, it's better to go with that palette than any of the Morphe brand palettes. It just seems to be a much better investment for you. And also there's the Natasha Denona palettes that obviously are going to be more costly, but at the same time going to be a better investment. The Natasha Denona, the only thing the Natasha Denona palette doesn't have is the dark greens, and this one is almost very limited to 2 or 3 shades. And this one that does have dark greens in there, not going to be exactly the same as the Morphe. So it really depends if this color story speaks to you. For me, at first I thought it would, but I find that to create looks with this, you have to take a lot of time and be willing to put a lot of time to create it. So I'm not sure if it's entirely worth it, and so therefore I don't recommend this palette unless you want it for those few deeper tones, because the lighter tones didn't really show up well on my skin and they ended up being patchy. And I know you're supposed to prime it, and I know it looks different on the eyes, but really I just feel that these are very cheap knockoffs, so I don't recommend this palette. Now let's talk about Laneige. Laneige means the snow in French, but they're actually a South Korean cosmetics brand. They recently came out with a gummy bear flavor lip balm and sleeping mask, and if you guys are curious what gummy bear sleeping mask or lip balm tastes like, I will tell you it doesn't taste anything like I thought it would. It's very much got a artificial grape taste, but not like a artificial grape taste you get in candy or Kool-Aid or nerd candy. It's more like a artificial like cough syrup grape taste, and it's kind of gross, to be honest. It has a very sheer purpley sheen to it, and there's really no redeeming qualities about it. I just think it's the worst lip balm flavor of all time compared to their grapefruit or their mint chocolate releases. The mint chocolate one was okay. Again, that one wasn't my favorite either, but the mint chocolate at least like was more tolerable. And then the apple lime one was also something that I could tolerate better. So one of my favorite ones actually was probably their berry flavor, strawberry berry. It's more like a strawberry with a vanilla hint to it, and as you guys know, because of the color in it, they do use carmine. So if you have any allergies to carmine or have any dermatitis, it's not really good for your lips because it does encourage you to lick your lips. And the other product of theirs I have is the water sleeping mask, which is supposed to be good for dry skin, but unfortunately causing breakouts for a lot of people, and I don't really use it as much, and it also very heavily fragranced. So let's quickly rank these by flavor and by what's really more aesthetically pleasing. And so my number one choice would definitely not be the grape. I think in fact is the worst one is the grape or the gummy bear. I would say the apple or the grapefruit are more tolerable, and actually I think the grapefruit is the better one, and I'd say that the mint chocolate one is okay, and the water sleeping mask has a weird fragrance to it. So the best one would probably be the red side of the spectrum, the grapefruit, and the more you get towards the warmer ones are better. The more you get to cooler colors like the purple and the mint chocolate, I find that they are not very easy to tolerate. So that's my ranking there. So I did a quick Ulta haul, and I wanted to share with you guys what I picked up from them. I did buy their Allure lashes. I love those blue lashes. I think they're really fun. I picked up some ColourPop lippies in the shade Chubby Bunny and Peachy, and I also picked up the bubblegum palette from BH Cosmetics, as well as a duo some Stila double dip suede shade and glitter glow eyeshadow. Basically what it is it's a magnetic applicator that sticks together. The blue shade on one side is more like matte and the other side is more like a glitter, and I find that they're nice for like times where you don't want to carry a heavy palette somewhere and you just want your one shade in there. But as far as blendability, it's not going to be super blendable, and the glitter portion of it is a little chunky. Now onto these Allure lashes. Actually, let's start with these bubblegum palette with BH Cosmetics. Now as you guys know, before I picked up the pistachio one and I really liked it so much that I decided to go back and get the blue one as well. The pistachio one sold out right away. I think you can still get it from their website, but it's a really good deal for $18 if you just want one color. I feel like they do have cover a nice variety for that price, and you do get a lot of blendability with this formula, so I really do enjoy that. Now onto these ColourPop Chubby Bunny lip tints. You can buy them for $8 and they come in a variety of shades. I've only picked up 2 shades, Chubby Bunny and the Strand. Some people don't like the scent of them because they have different scents for each shade, and I so far didn't mind it. I know because of the fragrance it's going to be another issue with people who have dermatitis or sensitivity, and I don't know how it's supposed to be hydrating, but I think it's a fun product if you're buying it for someone. This is the Allure Serenity lashes. I picked up a few of these in the past. I do like how they have different colors on the lashes, and this blue one was one of my favorites. I collect all my lashes in my House of Lashes Lash Story box. I end up putting them all in there so I can, it's like kind of like a vault for me. I showed it to you guys in my vault video, which I'll link down in the description below. I do like how they have various colors, and I collect it the same place with all my magnetic lashes, and I find like they have a lot better payoff than just using mascara, like tinted mascara or colored mascara by itself. They are very easy to use, and I think that the glue that they come with is actually much better than regular glues that are sold separately sometimes. So if you're looking to keep your lashes organized, I recommend this kit. I don't know if it's currently being sold anymore at the House of Lashes website, but I think third-party retailers or other websites might have similar products for lash storage. I've collected a lot over the years, from Huda Beauty ones to Sephora ones to Allure, and currently my favorite is the Allure because it does come with really nice glue. Now, another product I wanted to talk to you about is the Ole Henriksen banana cream. Now, this product's been out for a while, but I noticed recently that the expiration is 6 months. So I had one from before, and I had one that I just recently purchased, and I just wanted to compare the texture to see if there's anything visible that I need to look for. And right off the bat, you don't see a whole lot of difference just by looking at it, but when I applied it to my skin, I noticed that the old one didn't absorb as well comparing to the new one. So I recommend, if you have this product and you've had it longer than 6 months, to definitely throw it out, because it does seem to change its ability to absorb in the skin, and some chemicals in it interfere with other chemicals that cause it to remain on the skin and not do what it's supposed to do. So just a little tiny observation. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought. What were your favorite products? What were your fails of the month? And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.